All startups begin with a good idea, but where do you find them and how? Our little origin story starts with that first job I keep mentioning, where I was an entrepreneur in training for a product incubator. Let's get into it a little further. What does it actually mean to be an entrepreneur in training? In short, Kyle and I were paired with a creator partner who wanted to build a product line, and it was our job to take that idea from concept to reality, like an entrepreneur, with all the hard stuff taken out. And in just 6 months, we had created 4 different products. Now, what we learned during this time is that creating a beautiful product, although there are many steps, is relatively easy. Selling it requires a whole different set of skills. And because we were building these products around creators, that's where we started with our marketing efforts. We had this unfair access to these large creator networks, and we made a lot of friends.
China has identified the cause of the
mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
But as many businesses experienced hardship at the start of 2020, so did we. Of the 4 brands that the incubator had started, 3 of them were shut down so that we could focus our efforts on selling hand sanitizer and other cleaning products. However, the friendships that we had made with these creators hadn't stopped at all. In fact, we were spending more time with them than ever, and many of them even asked if we could help them out with their own businesses, whether it was working over a contract or helping them negotiate a business deal, basically operating as their pseudo-manager. And we became incredibly experienced with the problems that they were solving. Over and over again, we kept tackling the exact same issues. Hands down, there is one incredibly painful problem that all creators run into that has no good solution, which is, how can we turn this social media thing into a sustainable business? More specifically, how can we effectively source and manage brand deals? Which is the problem our tech company is focused on solving. Now, I won't get into how we're solving that problem because that's for another episode, but there's a very traditional and proven solution out there. A way that people have been solving it from the very beginning, but a way that also has a ton of flaws.
You.
Flaws that Kyle and I both deeply understood from our personal experience, and ones that we had figured out ways to circumvent when we were helping our friends. So we got to work on making our solution available to anyone. We would stay up nights, work during the weekends, talk to any potential user who would listen, and sent out thousands of cold email surveys as we began to throw together some designs for our first prototype. You see, we figured that if we could build the right solution for ourselves and for our friends, this could be a huge opportunity for the now 200 million content creators worldwide. And our initial feedback was starting to validate that. If you zoom out on this story to learn from it, we'll see a fairly clear path on how we got here. The answer to the question that I asked at the beginning is pretty straightforward. There's the science to how you go about finding the right problems to solve, but there are some very common practices. The TLDR is that the best startup ideas are the ones that solve a painful problem that you as a founder understand better than anyone else, and that you're excited about solving. An article that I was reading put it very cleanly. If you're looking for a startup idea, don't look outside for people to tell you what they want. Pick a personal problem, validate it, and if you see people are actually willing to use or pay for such a solution, then and only then start a company around it. Words that should get you started on the right path. So zooming back in, we have an incredible team, a painful problem that we deeply and personally understand, and an unprecedented solution. So what do we do now?